everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing my makeup haul that I recently did this past weekend. I got to meet Lusterlux and I gave her one of my custom made palettes, so that was really exciting. And during my travels I did quite a bit of shopping, just here and there, not exactly at one place. Some is drugstore, some is high-end, some you can only buy online. So if you want to see what I got in my massive haul, please keep watching. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about are a product that you can only buy online. They are from Do Less Cosmetics. These are these giant eyeshadows. I believe these are 36mm pans. They're really nice. I tried to wear as much of this makeup that I got today. Not all of it is on my face at a job interview, hence the plain white shirt. But some of this makeup, obviously like these bright colors, I cannot wear to a job interview. But I have a really pretty sky blue and then a kind of gray and purple look right here. These are very pretty, very pigmented. They do kind of have a bit of fallout when you tap them on, but they blend out very easily. They last all day long, and I will leave all the links to all these sites down below. I like them. She also recently just came out with glitters. Her products are awesome. If you want a lot for your money, I would definitely suggest these eyeshadows. On to our next find. This is the Real Techniques 4 Mini Miracle Complex Sponges. Now what these remind me of are the L'Oreal sponges that just came out. These are made for is to kind of help blend out those hard to reach places underneath your eye. So this is what this one looks like. It's like the other Real Techniques sponges where it is pointy at the top and then slanted at the bottom, and then this is what the L'Oreal one looks like. It is slanted on one part, dented on one part, and then it has a little flat end on this side. So pros and cons to this, obviously it is much smaller and it's kind of hard to hold because it is so small. Like with this one I can hold it with 3 fingers. This one I can barely hold it with 2. It does blend everything out extremely easily, but like I said, it is so hard to hold. I was literally having to readjust holding it, so it took more time to blend out my product because of the fact that I could not figure out how to hold this. I almost just held it with my nails and went in with it. But besides the fact that it is so small, it blends out your makeup really easily. It says you can use it damp or dry, but I always suggest using beauty blenders and beauty sponges wet, just so it can soak up that extra product if you go in a little bit too heavy. So I think I definitely like the L'Oreal sponge better. I have used it for a little bit longer, so I am going to continue trying these out, especially since I have 4 in this little pack. I obviously need to use them. Like I said, they do work well, it's just the size is a little bit difficult. Okay, so highlighter. This has been around for the longest time, but I finally got my hands on it. It is the Wet n Wild highlighter in To Reflect. I have it on this side of my face. Obviously it is very intense right now, but I did wear it earlier to my interview and it does give off a very natural highlight. Obviously if you pack it on like I did, it's not as natural, but I did pack it on just a little bit, put a little bit of shimmer on my nose and on my cheeks, and it was a very natural look. I did notice that it did wear off quite a bit. I put my makeup on around 10 a.m. this morning and it's now 4, so it did come off quite a bit, but the fact that it gives a very natural glow, it'll be very good for those of you who are in a workplace and you can't have crazy dramatic makeup all the time. It doesn't have a lot of kickback. It obviously has a lot of colors in here. The one that most people have, I think, is called Hollywood. I think it's the one that they originally did with Fergie with her collection and then they kept it. I swatched it and it was just a little bit too gold for me because I am so pale. This one is kind of more peachy, pink toned. If you can see that, see, it's just a very light, natural shimmer. So I highly suggest this, and I believe it was under $5. And I also have 2 more highlights. These are repurchases from Makeup Revolution. I repurchased the Vivid Bake Highlight in Radiant Lights. I gave it to my mom, not sure why I did, but it's a very natural peachy gold color. And then this one I have not purchased before. It is the Strobe Highlighter in Everything Glow Lights. It's kind of like a holographic highlight, and I have it on this side of my face. Now with Makeup Revolution, they swatch beautifully. They come off really pretty. And the main issue a lot of people have with this brand is when you put it on your face, it isn't as intense. But I don't agree with that. It isn't as intense on swatches as it is when you actually go and put it on your face. But it is so buildable that it doesn't even matter. You just have, I normally just put on 2 coats of it and I'm ready to go. I mean, I think this is a pretty everyday glowy highlight that I have going on my face, and it's not as intense as the Wet n Wild highlight is, but it is definitely beautiful. I have it on my nose here, so you can definitely tell that it is very radiant, very bright. So a lot of people don't like this highlighter, but I love Makeup Revolution. I think they're great. They're very, very cheap. They last a very long time. They do have a little bit of kickback when you actually go in with a brush. You can kind of start to see all the powder that accumulates on the sides of the package, but that's not something that I really care about unless it's eyeshadow or something like that. But I highly suggest Makeup Revolution. Very affordable brand, very great products. These highlights are beautiful. I've used them for quite some time now. If you watched my highlighter showdown video, I'll leave it down below. I did mention this product back in the summer, and it is definitely my go-to highlight that I wear when I'm doing an everyday type look. So while we are on the topic of Makeup Revolution, I wanted to talk about this eyeshadow palette that I picked up. Now, if you look at the packaging, I'm sure you can kind of tell what this is a dupe for, but we'll get into that in a minute. So whenever you open it up, it does have a mirror. It has all the names here. It comes with one of those brushes that, you know, nobody ever really uses. My biggest problem with this palette is the fact that there's only about 4 or 5 transition shades. There's a lot of shades in here, but only 5 of them are transition shades, and this pink one isn't really even a transition shade, and they're not that light, so I don't feel like they can work with a lot of skin tones. So if you go in and compare it to the Chocolate Bar palette, I mean, it's pretty gosh darn similar. It's pretty spot on. There are quite a few more transition shades in this palette, as you can tell right here. These 2 browns are something that could work with every single skin tone, while these 2 right here, it's a gray tone and a dark brown. Those can't even work on skin tones like me. I can't go in with a dark brown and use it as a transition shade. But for the pros of this palette, I do have it on my lids. Right now, the matte shades do blend out beautifully. They all go on very easily. The shimmer shades aren't as bright and vibrant as I wanted them to be. I do see that the shimmer isn't as bright as it was when I first applied it, and it went onto my lid on this side of my eye. So it seems that the glittery shades, the shimmer shades, do transfer. It's all in my crease now. None of it is on my lid anymore. But they did blend out very pretty. They go on very nicely. So if you're somebody who is new to makeup, this is a good palette to reach for, but I would definitely say if you have darker skin, reach for this palette. If you are pale like I am, or you are paler than me, you're not going to find enough transition shades in here. The 3 shimmers that I had on my lid, and they're now on my crease, I'm going to have to pass on this palette. It's pretty, it's affordable, it's not a good dupe for the Chocolate Bar palette. They are not the same shades, they do not have the same amount of transition shades, and it will not work with every single skin tone. So even though the matte shades did wear well throughout the day, I'm going to have to pass on this palette, which makes me sad. I never like having to pass on any palette. Ooh, here's the good stuff. Okay, so these are the Eyelure lashes, and I got these from Claire's. They are 3 for $3 right now. I don't know if they always have that sale going on, but a girl commented on my post who works at Claire's and said they've had that sale going on since Black Friday. So I got 3 for $3. I have never tried them before, but I have heard really good things about them. What's really cool about this brand is each of them comes with tweezers and a small thing of glue. I never use the tweezers that come with them just because I have a good pair of tweezers that I own that I really like. But the really cool thing about this is in these packages, if you get the bigger package, it'll have this extra lash, which is straggling down here. But at first I thought it was like, oh, it has 4 lashes, it's just hidden. But this 3rd lash down here is a practice lash. So if you're somebody who is new to fake lashes, I think this is a great thing to buy. They give you a practice lash to practice on, because obviously not every single lash you're going to buy is going to be fit and tailored to your eye, so you are going to have to trim them down. And a lot of people are afraid to try fake lashes like I was, because they would think if they wear it once and they ruin it, it's done for. No, you can wash them, you can take care of them. Even if they're drugstore brand, you can keep your lashes good just by taking care of them. But I also like this because even if I don't end up using it as a practice lash, sometimes I lose a lash and then I don't have the other one, so this kind of gives you an incentive. So if you lose a lash, you can just use another one, and they are the same on both sides, so it will work for no matter which side of the eye you use it on. So I picked up all the types that they have. I have volume 101, 210, 126, 111, and 080. So I am stocked on lashes, so y'all don't let me buy any more lashes for like a couple months, please. Don't let me. Woo! Okay, so this is the Milk Cosmetics Blur Stick. This shit doesn't lie. This blurred out everything, like everything, which is great because it is 1 ounce, 28 grams for $36. This bad boy is expensive. So, I have tried it out and I am sick right now. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I am nasally and I have been wiping my nose, blowing my nose like crazy, and even though my nose turns red, my makeup is still on there and my pores are still blurred. I mean, this stuff is no joke. These pores look non-existent. I compare the consistency to Benefit Pore Professionals. Obviously, the color is the same shade, but it's in a stick. It goes on very easily, but it feels the exact same where it almost dries down instantly. It's not a silicone-y type feel. I don't really exactly know how to explain it, but if y'all have ever tried the Pore Professionals, you know what I'm talking about. But I feel like I can tell a huge difference whenever I use this blur stick. It is extremely expensive, but it does work, so I feel like it is something that I will probably repurchase, which my bank account is not going to be happy about. But I feel like a little bit goes a very long way with this. I put it right here on my forehead and on my chin. Since I do have a lot of acne on my skin, it does help blur it out. It doesn't help with the color correcting part of it, but it does help it blur out. So I definitely think that the blur stick is worth the money. And last but not least is the Physicians Formula Cushion Corrector Plus Primer Duo, which has SPF 20. So this is the green and yellow duo, and then there is a purple and orange duo. So you open it up, it looks like this, and here is the cushion. So I wore this today, and it honestly works pretty well. I used the green on my chin for my acne and on my forehead, and I used the yellow underneath my eye, and I went in with these Real Technique sponges to apply it. And they went on really easily. It's definitely cushiony, so it almost has kind of like a watery consistency to it. They went on very easily. They didn't fall into any of my fine lines or wrinkles underneath my eye. They blended out really nice. It definitely is not a heavy formula by any means. They went on really easily. They blended out. I need to play around with it a little bit more, but it definitely covered up what I needed to be covered up. I don't look sick at all, but I feel like I'm dying. So it definitely did the job, and it covered up my acne really well. I haven't had my acne covered up this well in a very long time, and I didn't even use that much. I just blotted it in, patted it in. I didn't rub it in all the way on its own, but I never do that with color correctors. I just rub it in when I'm blending in my foundation. So it definitely worked really well. I'm extremely impressed. Physicians Formula is a little bit higher on the price end when it comes to drugstore makeup, but it is definitely worth it, especially their butter bronzer. I love their butter bronzer. I just got a new one, and I keep buying it because of the smell, but it's also amazing for all skin tones. So I definitely enjoy this product. I will keep y'all updated. The packaging is adorable because it looks like a cushion, but it worked really well. I'm always kind of iffy about different primers and things like that because my skin is so sensitive. Anything can make it mad. But I like that it is a cushion foundation because since I do have such dry skin, and to me it has that watery consistency, I feel like it even moisturized my skin a little bit more on top of the moisturizer that I already had on my face. Alright guys, so this completes my drugstore haul review. I was going to film my makeup that I did this morning, but I woke up late and I was just not feeling it. Y'all did get a 6-hour update on how my makeup has worn. Nothing has changed. It is great. And I love all of it except for the eyeshadow palette. It's a great palette, but I can't have my shimmers transferring. I wear shimmer way too much to have that much transfer. So if you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Remember to subscribe before you leave, and remember to turn on my notifications so you're notified every time I upload a video. If you have comments, questions, concerns, anything, any video suggestions, please leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.